Good morning. How y'all doing today? Happy Monday. I hope everybody is having a great Monday so far. Let's get this work week going and let's have a great and safe week, y'all. So I was sitting here thinking about the time, like just point blank period, how the narc that I dealt with would have me arguing or debating with him about dumb stuff. When I tell you dumb, okay, so he done left me, done discarded me like so many times. And so we've actually had this place that I live in almost it's 5 years now, because I would have been with the narc 5 years. So it's 5 years that we've had this place together or whatever. And so out of the 5 years that we've been living in this place, he's only stayed a matter of months at a time. He has not stayed a whole consecutive year in the place that got his name on it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't stayed there a whole consecutive year. So you leave so much, you can't keep up with who live where. And here I am sitting here arguing with him, thinking that he knows something that I don't know. So there's this one particular house where this is a old man lives here, and I call him the man who cut the grass with the scissors, because he put so much love and effort into his yard, y'all, that this man literally be on his hands and knees cutting his grass with scissors. Any weeds that he's seen, that I've seen just by passing by his house, this man be on his hands and knees cutting the weeds out of his yard to keep his yard looking nice or whatever. So now the narc is gone. He's in and out, you know what I'm saying? So he can't keep up with who live where, you know what I'm saying? Anything could have happened in the matter of times that he's been gone. But he wants to sit here and tell me that this man has moved. And I'm like, no, that man, that man moved out of there. And the way he said it, he was so sure that he knew what he was talking about. And I'm like, no, that man ain't moved out of there, because I just seen him out there cutting his yard with the scissors like I always do, or either pushing a lawnmower or something. He was always doing something in his yard. And I ride past there every day because I gotta go to work, I gotta go to the store or whatever. But the narc will make you think that you don't know what you're talking about. Now, he ain't been here. I'm the one here. So I see this man more than he does. So he comes back and he's just like, just randomly, we riding, and he just blurts out, he was like, I think that man moved out of there. And I was like, nah, he ain't moved out of there. He was like, yes, that man did. He did move out of there. He was like, because right before I left, he was moving out. He was packing up stuff. And the way he be talking, y'all, he be talking like he know people, like he know that man life. And then that's what made me mad about the situation, because I'm sitting here defending something that I really don't have no knowledge about. I'm only going by that I see this man out of his yard, and that I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why am I sitting here arguing with you about somebody that we don't even know personally? Never had a conversation with this man, but the narc is getting me all in an uproar about nothing, because I know for a fact that that man is still staying there. But the narc wants to be right so bad that he gonna make me think I'm crazy, and sitting here telling me that the man don't live here. So I'm like, he did not move out. I said, I just seen him the other day out there cutting the grass with the scissors. And he was like, nah, somebody else done moved in there. I said, no, that's the same man that I've been seeing ever since we moved here. Now, the man did eventually move. He moved shortly after the narc discarded me this time or whatever. He left shortly after that. So the man was in the process of moving, but he hadn't moved yet. But at that time that me and him was having this discussion, it didn't look like no moving was going on at the time. Not from the outside. In the inside, maybe, but from the outside, we couldn't tell if that man was moving or not. But just the simple fact that this narc gonna sit here and tell me he know for a fact that that man moved out, and then lo and behold, we was coming in that day We ended up having to go back to the store. And guess who's outside in front of the yard cutting the grass with the scissors? The guy. And so now the part that pissed me off, was that, baby, we passed by the man. And inside of me, I'm all like, yeah, I thought he moved. I ain't gonna say nothing because I know what I know. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna leave it alone because it's just gonna be a back and forth. So sit here riding. And I ain't said nothing. I'm carrying on about my day. And the narc gonna look over at me and say, I told you that man still stay there. But oh, stop playing with me. He had me hot, boy. I'm like, no, I told you that man still stay there. And then he was like, I told you that. I was like, no, you did not. So now we sitting here having this big back and forth discussion about something that I already knew for a fact. Because I've seen this man with my own eyes down there on that ground cutting that grass with his scissors. I know this man, and this is a true story, y'all. The man be cutting his grass with scissors, if we want to be correct. I say scissors. It's quicker and easy for me. But the man he be out there cutting his grass with scissors, and so that's how. He is such a unique person that you can't forget somebody like that. You can't forget when you see that person outside in the yard cutting the grass with the scissors. But boy, he made me mad when he was like, I told you that man still stay there. And I'm like, I know hell well you ain't just sat here and said that when you just sat here and told me that man moved out of there. You ain't even been here that long to know whether the man moved out, whether the man still stayed there. You don't stick around long enough, sir, to know anything that's going on. So how you gonna sit here and tell me when I'm the one who lived here this whole time? I've seen different. You pay attention to your neighborhood when you riding through. So you know when something is a little different, when something has changed, and when you ain't seen a neighbor in a minute or whatever. You know these things. You don't need nobody to tell you that. But he wanted to sit there and tell me that man moved out of that house. And I was like, that man ain't moved. He still stay there. I just seen him. But the man did move out the house eventually. He did. But at the time that me and the narc was going back and forth with it, that man was still there. And so, because they don't want to be wrong at nothing, they'll flip that thing around on you. I'm telling you, y'all, it's crazy. It's crazy. A narc don't want to be wrong for nothing. And I'm telling you, boy, he pissed me off when he was like, I told you that man ain't move out of there. But he do that a lot. Like, the narc, like, we'll be having a conversation or something, or how can I explain? Like, okay, say I thought that I was supposed to be to work at a certain time or whatever, and when I got there I actually was off. So like, okay, I was working at the hotel one night, and I had the schedule mixed up, so I actually went in on a night that I was actually off. And so I ended up coming back home, and so when I get back home I was like, man, yeah, I thought I worked tonight and I'm actually off. And he was like, I told you. What you told me? You ain't said a word. I was like, you don't know my schedule, because I stopped posting my schedule. Because when I used to post my schedule at home, the narc would start going through my schedule and making plans on the days that I'm working. So that, because he was trying to travel without me. So the narc would try to make plans on the days that I have to work instead of making the plans on the days that I'm off. So once I caught on to that, I stopped posting my schedule up in the house so he can't make any plans. So now if he want to make plans, he got to come and ask me, when your next day off? When can we take this trip, this, that, and the third? Because he be trying to be slick and go by himself. No, sir, because I don't trust you like that. We trying to build trust back. So one of the stipulations of coming back into the relationship was that you won't be going on any trips without me because you don't know how to act. You need to show me that you know how to still remain in a relationship when you are not around me. You don't know how to carry yourself like you in a relationship when you go out of town by yourself. So therefore, now you want to go out of town, sir, I'll be right there with you. Like I'm your mommy holding your hands. Because when he go out of town without me, baby, he ain't answering no phone. He only talk to you during the daytime. And if he's staying overnight, you only talk to him during the daytime. Ain't no talking to him at nighttime. But when he come in for the Hoover or the gaslighting, we stay on the phone all day long. Whether we taking a shower, whether we using the bathroom, whether we going somewhere or whatever other people's houses, we are on that phone. You have me hemmed up all those hours on the phone, but then we get back together and now you go out of town. Now I'm sorry, we was sleeping on the phone and everything together. Now that you go out of town and we back together, baby, ain't no going to sleep on the phone. It's like everything he did in the gaslighting in the Hoover stage, all that is a wrap. That's all you gonna get. You ain't gonna see that no more. So yeah, I was like, nah, you can't go out of town without me because you don't know how to carry yourself when you're away from me. So now you got to gain my trust back. Once you show me that you know how to act, then I'll give you that space back. But right now, if you want to get back with me, that was one of the things that would let him back in the door. So he agreed to it, but did he want to stick to it? No. But this last time around, he didn't take any trips without me. Everything he did was with me. And so he did stick to the guns on that one. But before I had put that stipulation out there, nah, honey, I'm talking about he got to go back home soon as he come back to the relationship. So it's like he'll come back home for like a week, and then that next week we right back on the road, ripping and running, get me tired. Because the narc like to keep me tired at all times. So that way my mind, because you know when you tired, you ain't thinking straight, you know what I'm saying? You there, but you ain't there because you're so tired. You like, dang, I just really want to rest, but I got so much I need to do and I want to get it all done or whatever. And so the narcs kind of pick up on that and they run with it. Keep you tired, keep your mind boggled, all that good stuff. So I told you so narcs exist, child, because like I'm telling you, he knew everything. He just knew. I'm talking about that man had me going crazy about this man in the yard who cut the yard with the scissors or whatever. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm not finna sit here and go through this with you because I know I've been here. You ain't even been here that long to know who done moved out and who done moved in. You don't know none of that stuff. So that's all I wanted to come and tell y'all. That was another red flag. You know what I'm saying? They always acting like they know everything and really don't know nothing at all. Pay attention to the red flag. Don't let it go past your head. Don't be like, nah, I don't think it is. Baby, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Y'all grow something. Fall in love with yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do anything that you want to do. And if you have a toxic or narcissistic person in your life and they're telling you you ain't gonna amount to nothing, it's only because they ain't gonna amount to nothing. They need you, but instead of them saying they need you, they gonna play with you and try to make you feel less than them. But they're lower than the low. They 0 from 0 leaves nothing. They ain't got nothing. They have nothing to give you but games, stress, heartache. So if the narc is telling you that you can't do something, baby, look them square dead in the eye and tell them, I bet I will. I bet I will. Because you can do anything you want to. I was once a person who, I didn't let him tear me down like that. But he did try to speak those things to me. But because I am a strong-minded person, it's just that when I get in certain relationships, I kind of lose myself. You know what I'm saying? But certain things didn't fly and certain things did fly when I was with the narc. But he told me I wasn't going to be able to drive a bus. And here I am, a school bus driver. He ain't got no job. He ain't driving out a truck. He ain't driving out a bus. He ain't driving nothing. Well, I don't know what he's doing right now. But when we was dealing with each other, He wasn't doing nothing. He was only jealous and trying to tell me that I couldn't do it, so I wouldn't go and try and attempt to even try and do it, because he wanted to put fear in me. But I skipped right on around that fear, and I did something with it. That negativity he tried to give me, I thank you for it. Thank you for telling me I couldn't do it, and I turned around and did it. So look him square dead in the eye and say, watch me do it. I bet I can. So I love y'all. Have a great day. Stay tuned.